Hey guys, it's Han. Welcome back or welcome to my channel. I hope you're all doing well and having a good day. As you can tell from the title, today's video is going to be an assumptions video. I feel like I've not done one of these properly for a while. The last time I did one of these was when I just moved into Mads at the start of November last year, and I feel like even that wasn't a proper assumptions video. It was more of like a catch-up video. So I feel like it's been a while. Yeah, I asked for these assumptions on my Instagram stories yesterday, and I've not actually looked at them since because I didn't really want to plan like what questions I was going to answer. I just wanted to like read through and do them like as I saw them. So yeah, I'm gonna get it up on my Instagram now. Oh my gosh, I hate the fact that there's memories on Instagram. Like that really upsets me. Like it's just come up on this day 2 years ago and it's me, Mads and Rach at Post Malone, which that is so weird because I literally was just listening to Post Malone. Like how weird is that? I mean, it's not that weird, but that just felt weird for a second. Okay, the first assumption says you work with brands that you don't genuinely use. This is not true. I mean, I like to think that you guys know that I would never talk about anything on my channel. I would never work with a brand that I don't believe in, that I don't use, anything else. I feel like I am pretty picky with brand deals. A lot of the brands that I've worked with, like Misguided for example, obviously I've worked with for quite a while, so you guys know that I already love those brands. And then if I ever get sponsorships in for new products or like new brands that I've not used before, I'll always make sure that the company basically send over whatever like product or whatever it is. I'll make sure that I've actually tried it personally first, and there has been times when a company has sent something over for like an Instagram job, a YouTube job, whatever it is. I've tried the product, I've not liked it, and then I've therefore not done the job. All right, the next one says you're still heartbroken about your breakup. Love you. Love you too. I would say this isn't true. I feel like I've definitely almost come out the other side of it now, I would say. I feel like you guys know, like this is another thing, I'm the sort of person, like on my channel, I literally cannot put anything on. Like if I'm not in a good mood or I'm not like really happy at a certain time or whatever else, I literally cannot force myself to come across that way. I know some of you like noticed it in collabs last year as well when me, Mads and Rachel were filming a lot together and I just seemed really down and everything else. I just feel like I can't put on like a happy personality if I'm not feeling happy. It's one of those things, I feel like any form of heartbreak always takes time, and that's something that I always say if I do like girl talks or whatever else on my channel. Like it's so annoying because you literally cannot fast track getting over someone or cannot like fast track the feeling of being heartbroken and then getting better. Yeah, I feel like I'm a lot happier. I know a lot of you have noticed that as well. Which makes me happy. Someone said you are body conscious even though you are absolute goals. Thank you. Do you know what? I would say that I've definitely got way more confident in my body and like my own skin, I guess you could say, recently. I feel like I actually weighed myself like a week or so ago because I feel like this lockdown, like I've really just not even tried that hard to be healthy. Like I've eaten a lot of carbs, like pretty much my diet is like Domino's, like toast in the morning. Like honestly, like it's really not great. And I weighed myself the other day, which I don't like to do a lot because I just don't think it's like a healthy thing to do. But I was just like, I'm gonna weigh myself to be curious, and this is actually like the heaviest I've ever been. But you know what? I actually feel really good at the minute. I feel like I'm not really putting a lot of pressure on myself in terms of like how I look. I feel like I still look good. Like I still feel good. I still look good in my opinion. I feel like when I was like a late teen, like really young adult, like 18, 19, 20, 21, like those years, I was definitely a lot more conscious about my body. Whereas now I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I'm not like that as much, which actually makes me really happy. I really don't put a lot of pressure on myself anymore. Like I said, I don't really weigh myself. Even when I weighed myself the other day, the fact that the number on the scales was higher than it usually would be, that didn't even upset me. I was just more so doing it just because I was curious. You know, I definitely still have days where I'll go on Instagram and see like 101 beautiful girls and literally want to cry because I feel like shit. But that's just life, do you know what I mean? So I feel like at the minute I feel a lot more confident and comfortable in myself, which we love. Someone said you hope to get married in the next 5 years. Do you know what? I definitely do want to get married. I don't know when. I mean, obviously I don't know when that will be. I don't even have a boyfriend at the minute, but I like to think that I will get married maybe like late 20s, early 30s. Like that's what I like to think in my head. I feel like when I was growing up, did anyone else do this? When I was growing up and I was like really young, I genuinely thought that by 24 I would be married with kids. And I'm 24 in like 5 months, 4 months. sometime soon. Like, am I actually okay? The fact that I genuinely thought I would have my life together at 24 is crazy. Like, I still feel like I'm 18. Someone said you've slept with lots of people to get your numbers up. No. No, I don't personally think I've slept with a lot of people, and I would never want to sleep with a lot of people for the sake of sleeping with a lot of people. Like, that's not me. I feel like I don't know, I feel like I see sex as a really intimate thing, and I've maybe not considered that as much through, like, again, my late teens, my early adult life, but definitely now at like 23, not that I'm like super grown or whatever, but I definitely know that I see sex as such an intimate thing. Like, I would not want to sleep with someone for the sake of it. Someone says you'll be moving out soon. I mean, I'm gonna say this year I will be moving out. I don't actually even have a date yet, but this year I will be moving out. So yeah. Someone put, I assume you're happier now than you were a year ago. So what are we in? Mid-Feb. This time a year ago. No, I'm probably I'm probably happier in some ways, but not happier in other ways. I feel like this time a year ago was just before we went into the first lockdown, and it was like the last little like taste of normal life. So I was definitely probably a lot happier a year ago than I am now. I'm definitely happier than I was about 6 months ago, or like 4, 5, 6 months ago. I'm feeling happier and I'm feeling more positive, but I'm still just missing normal life. Like, I feel like I'm feeling very kind of stuck inside and just like going through like highs and lows at the minute, as I'm sure a lot of other people are feeling as well. Someone put, you and Mads are not as close now that she has a boyfriend. That is not true. That is definitely not true. I actually had a lot of assumptions being like, you, Mads and Rachel aren't as close. Could not be further from the truth. Me, Mads and Rachel speak every single day still. Obviously we've not seen each other since New Year's Day, which we were literally saying yesterday, like it feels like the longest time now. I mean, it's nearly been like 8 weeks. I can't believe we're nearly at the end of February. Like, has anyone actually thought like that? Like, I don't know where this year's going. Like, it seems like it's going really quickly. I'm not sure how. Very excited to see them when I can next see them, but that is not the case. Like, just because Mads has a boyfriend now does not mean we're any less close. And yeah, obviously I'm really happy for her. I had a lot of assumptions about that as well, being like, oh, like, you wish you had a boyfriend now that Mads has a boyfriend. Like, no, that is not the case. I feel like I'm definitely content being single at the minute, and obviously could not be happier for Mads. Yeah, literally could not be happier for her, and I feel like when my time comes to find someone, that will be the case. I feel like I'm actually really enjoying being single anyway. Like, this is the longest period of time in a long time that I've been single, and I'm definitely not in a rush to get into anything again soon. Although I say that, I did download Tinder the other night. Oh my, okay, right, I'm not even joking. So I started watching the Vampire Diaries the other day, like rewatching it, if anyone's watched the Vampire Diaries. And obviously, of course, I am now in love with Stefan and Damon Salvatore again. I mean, it can't not happen. And if anyone asks me what team I am, I don't know, I can't tell you. Like, it goes back and forth. I feel like I'm maybe a little bit more on the Stefan side, if I'm gonna be totally honest. But anyway, so I was watching the Vampire Diaries and I was like, oh my god, these men, like, I can't. And then there's me downloading Tinder. Like, I'm ever gonna find men like that on Tinder. So we'll see where that takes us. Someone said, you feel left out because Mads and Rachel have already moved out. That is not true. I feel like I actually really love being at home. Obviously, as I've just said, I may or may not be moving out at some point this year, which will be a whole thing to talk about when it happens. But I've not been in a rush. Like, I've not felt the need to. I love living at home. Like, I love being with my mum and dad. You guys know I have the best relationship with my family. Like, I just love being with them. And especially in lockdown at the minute, I just think if I was living alone, I know for a fact that I would struggle, because I can't spend like a lot of time on my own. It's really weird. I feel like I'm quite introverted. Like, I know I'm an introvert, but at the same time, I can't spend too much time alone. Like, I actually will get too much in my head and go crazy. So I really love being at home at the minute. I feel like my mum and dad are helping to keep me sane. Like, I'm loving being able to spend more time with them. And I really want to make sure I treasure this time as well. Like, that's one thing that I really like always try to remember, because there are some times where I guess I'm kind of like, oh, like, I do wish I had my own space and da-da-da-da-da, which, you know, will come. But if I'm ever thinking like that, I'll always just try and remind myself, like, the fact that I live at home right now, like, this is the last time in my life that I'm going to be living with my parents. Do you know what I mean? I can't think about it for too long because I'll get upset and I'll cry. But I love living with my mum and dad, and I want to make sure that I really like treasure that, and I really like enjoy this time and don't try to like rush the process of like moving out. Do you know what I mean? Because this is like the last time my life will be like this. Do you know what I'm saying? Someone said you've been paid over 10 grand for an ad. I've never been paid over £10,000 for like one job, if that makes sense. Like I've never been paid that amount of money for like one single job, but I have had contracts, for example, that are like multiple amounts of content, multiple amounts of work that have been over 10 grand. So yeah, hopefully that answers that. Someone said you find it hard to motivate yourself working from home. Yes, that is true sometimes. As I've just said, like this past week, I don't know what's happened, but I just woke up on Monday and I just felt like shit. Like I literally just felt horrible. Like there was no reason to it. I just felt really just like mopey and just down, and that's literally extended all the way up until yesterday when I was supposed to actually be filming and posting this video. And then I woke up this morning and I was like, do you know what, like I'm gonna put some makeup on, I'm gonna feel good about myself, and I'm gonna get shit done. And I feel like I do have phases where I feel really low and really down, like the start of this week. I don't even know what it was, like I just felt so demotivated. But yeah, I feel like everyone has those periods. Someone said your last relationship has put you off a future one. No, that is definitely not true. I feel like I'm such a romantic. Like I feel like I really love the idea of love and whatever else, like as cliche as that is to say. Like I can't wait to have like find my like forever person, and obviously I like to think that whoever I end up with long term and I end up marrying and maybe starting a family with or whatever is my forever person. I know obviously life doesn't work out that way, but it's definitely not put me off. I do love being in a relationship. Like I feel like I am such a loving girlfriend to someone. Like if I really care about someone and I really love someone, there's nothing that I wouldn't do for them, sort of thing. But at the same time, yeah, I'm definitely not in a rush. I don't know, I just want to enjoy kind of like finding myself a little bit more at the minute and not like putting any pressure on myself to like find someone else. Sorry, it's suddenly going very dark outside, so don't mind me whilst I put the brightness up. Someone said you prefer older guys, as in not old, but just older than you. Yes, I would say that's true. All of my ex-boyfriends, apart from like my high school ex-boyfriend, have all been older than me. Yeah, I feel like I do go for older guys that maybe just have their shit together a bit more. I'm not saying that people my age don't have their shit together. I mean, I don't have my shit together by any means. But yeah, just some people that are maybe like in their late 20s and actually looking for a proper relationship sort of thing. Because I feel like if I ever get into a relationship, I'm doing that because the person that I'm getting into that relationship with, I see like a long-term future with. Like, I just don't get the point of dating someone or like being with someone if you don't see it going anywhere. Do you know what I mean? I just think that's kind of like a waste of time, I guess, personally. Like, I know probably not everyone feels like that, but yeah, that's why I guess I tend to go for older guys that maybe also have that same mindset. Someone said you've slept with someone from the side men. No, that is not true. I don't know where that's come from. Someone said you are the least obnoxious Leo. Thank you. It's funny that you say that actually, because it's something that my ex-boyfriend actually said to me like a year ago. Obviously I am a Leo, but I'm kind of on the cusp of also being a Cancer. So my birthday is the 24th of July, so I'm literally like right on the cusp of both signs. And he always used to say to me that he felt like Leo was my front, but Cancer was my heart. And I kind of like get that the more that I think about it, because I do feel like I'm more of a Cancer at heart. Like, I feel like my personality is more Cancer than it is Leo. I definitely still feel like I have Leo traits, and my Leo side, I guess, comes out a little bit more sometimes, but at the same time I do definitely feel like I'm also a Cancer. Like, I feel like I'm such a mix of both. Someone said you don't care what people think of you. I wish this was true. Like, I wish I could wholeheartedly say I don't care what anyone thinks about me, but that would be a lie. Like, that would be such a lie. I feel like I have phases where I care less and then phases where I care more, but there's always part of me that does care. Like, I guess I probably value other people's opinions of me too much and it affects my opinion of me, which is so bad and unhealthy because realistically not everyone's gonna like you. I wish I could say that I don't care, but I do, and it's something that I'm trying to work on. So yeah. Someone said you don't want kids. So I feel like I've always said when I've had this question that I don't want kids. The more, like, I feel like the older I'm getting, not that I'm like getting old, but obviously as I'm like going through life or whatever else, the more I feel like I can see myself having kids, I guess. I don't really know when that turning point was because the answer has always been absolutely like, I don't see myself having kids. But I don't know, I feel like I can kind of picture being a mum now. I feel like it's always one of those things as well. I feel like once you meet someone that you can really picture like having a family with, that then makes it 10 times different as well. Someone said you only have 2 friends who are Mads and Rach. That is not true. Obviously you guys see me, Mads and Rach all together on camera a lot, so maybe it seems that way. Obviously we all met kind of through work / YouTube, so I guess in that sense we're like our own little friend group that way. I then have my like school friends in the sense of like Millie, who is one of my closest, bestest friends. She lives around the corner from me. So yeah, I have Mill, I have Isla, who I went to college with, who again, she doesn't actually live very far from me now. She recently bought a house nearby, which is amazing. I have Sharika, who I worked with at Mac, who again is a close friend of mine, who I absolutely love. And my friend Del, who went to high school with me. So I have 4 other people that I would consider like close friends, I guess. Someone said you care about how many Insta followers and likes you have. So do you know what? I used to actually stress about this a lot. Like I feel like subscribers, views, everything, I used to stress about so much, and I definitely do still have phases where I like worry about it, or I'm like, oh, like, you know, I feel like I really like that picture, or I put work into that video and it's not done as well as I wanted it to, or whatever else. But it's definitely not on the scale of what it used to be. I feel like I used to stress about it so much, whereas now I'm more in the attitude of just like, I just post what I want to post, like I post what I like to post, like whatever else, I post stuff that I'm proud of, that I'm happy with, and if it doesn't do well, it doesn't do well, like it just is what it is, you know what I mean? Like we can't stress about things like Instagram likes, Instagram followers, whatever else, like what will be, and yeah, I mean, I do still stress about it sometimes, or it does still feel a little bit disheartening sometimes if, I don't know, I'm not growing or my videos aren't doing as well, whatever it is, but it's definitely not something that I stress about like a lot anymore. Okay, someone said you've had scary or creepy experiences with followers. This question really made me think last night about something that happened once. It wasn't like scary or creepy or whatever else. It was probably just like a bit weird in my opinion. And it's why I'm very funny now about like sharing relationships online or guys or whatever else. Like it's just probably not something that I would do again. Not that I even did it that much with the relationship that I'm going to talk about, but it was just a really weird experience to me, and it just really like irked me. So this was actually a relationship a while ago, which I'm sure some of you remember, because me and that person that I was with, we did a video together, I'm pretty sure. Like we posted a little bit on social media, like on Instagram and things. We didn't really share a lot, but like you guys knew kind of who he was, sort of thing. And obviously like that relationship came to an end, we broke up, and I guess like, again, that was a reason why I was kind of funny about posting stuff in future, because it's hard to like go through a breakup and then also have to like address it online and do the whole like, okay, so just so you guys know, like me and this person aren't together anymore, da 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 da, and you know, that then invites questions. Yeah, obviously I put on Instagram that me and this person had split up, and had a lot of messages from you guys being really sweet, like, oh, I hope you're okay, hope, you know, everything's gonna be fine, sort of thing, which I always really appreciate. And one girl in particular that I had actually DM'd a little bit back and forth, because I do speak to you guys on Instagram, as some of you will know, like I will reply to your DMs, like we'll chat, like whatever else, like when I have time to go through them. So yeah, this was a girl that I'd spoken to previously, who watched my videos and was a follower and everything else. And you know, she messaged me being like, oh Han, like, you know, I'm really sorry, like I hope you're doing okay, like everything's gonna be fine, like you're so much better than that anyway, like, do you know what I mean, just being such a sweet girl. And I was just like, oh, like that's so lovely, thank you so much. And anyway, cut a long story short, my ex-boyfriend, he messaged me and he was like, oh, like, do you know this girl, like this girl's been DMing me and I think she follows you and she's liked some of your pictures. and whatever else. And it was this girl that had messaged me to be like, Hannah, like, I hope you're okay. Like, you're such a sweet girl. Don't worry about it. After saying all this, she then was in his DMs, like, trying to move to him, as in my ex-boyfriend. Like, nothing had happened. Do you know what I mean? Like, she was just any girl. And I just thought that was such a weird situation. I never actually said anything to her because when I realised like who it was and he sent me her profile and everything else and I put two and two together, I was just like, I'm just not going to bother saying anything because that to me is just not even worth a conversation. Like, it is what it is. Yeah, that's probably the only thing that's ever been weird to me. But I've never had anything like creepy, anything like scary or whatever else. A lot of you are always so lovely. I always love chatting to you guys, like I said on Instagram. I love seeing you, chatting to you like out and about and whatever else. So yeah, please always feel like you can message me and chat to me because I'm always here. But yeah, I don't know, is that weird? Like, I thought that was a bit weird, just a bit like shady sort of thing. Someone said you got good grades in school. This is true. I was actually pretty hard working at school. I always wanted to do the best that I could. So GCSE, I got all A's and A stars, and then at A level I did history, biology and psychology, and I got 2 A's and a B. I got a B in biology because biology I really struggled with at A level. You're scared to trust boys and to get into a relationship because of how past ones have ended. There's definitely some things that have maybe I've questioned a little bit when I've been speaking to someone or dating someone in the past because of like old relationships and whatever else. Overall, I feel like my rule of thumb for me is like, you trust someone until they give you a reason not to. Like, I feel like you shouldn't get into a relationship anyway if you're not like in a great place and you're not feeling like trustworthy and whatever else, because realistically you've always got to give people the benefit of the doubt and trust someone until you have a reason not to. And I feel like the people that I always go for nice boys. Like, I will always go for the nice guy. Like, I don't like anyone that's gonna I don't get the whole like bad guy thing. Like, that's just not me. I like someone that's respectful, someone that I know I can trust, like someone, you know, that's just a sweet person that I can have fun with. Someone said you've had someone who is an A-list celebrity singer slide into your DMs. I don't think so. My DMs are honestly dead, like not even whatsoever active. Like, I do not get a lot of DMs. I don't get a lot of messages from guys at all on Instagram, because that was another assumption, like you get a lot of DMs from guys and whatever else. No, I don't. Even though you say you're single, you're actually not. And someone said you have a secret boyfriend. Guys, I swear to God, like, no. I mean, he might be such a secret boyfriend that he's even hiding from me, which in that case, like, please come out of the woodworks wherever you are. Someone said you never approach guys, you always wait for them to come to you. Is this true? I mean, maybe initially. I don't think I've ever... Have I? I'm not sure. It's not really something that would necessarily bother me. Like, I wouldn't be put off making the first move. I don't think I ever have. But I feel like once I start chatting to someone, like, I don't mind being kind of like forward with how I feel and stuff. Like, I never do the whole like playing hard to get. Like, I don't like that. Like, I would rather just be upfront with someone about how I feel. Okay, someone said you've questioned your sexuality before. I mean, I feel like, I guess yes. I feel like I've questioned it. I've never been with a girl. I've never seen a girl and thought like, I'm actually attracted to you, like in the sense of like I'm genuinely attracted to you. Like, I feel like I can see a girl that's beautiful and appreciate the fact that she's beautiful, if that makes sense. I feel like I can appreciate an attractive woman. Do you know what I'm saying? And there's never been anyone that I've seen that I've thought, oh, like, I actually would want to date you or like get to know you on that level. But at the same time, I wouldn't be completely closed off to it happening, I guess. I don't really know. I don't know. Take from that what you will. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I would consider myself to be straight. So yeah. Someone said you fancied a teacher in secondary school. By the way, love you. Love you too. In high school, I feel like the PE teacher in high school, everyone kind of fancied a little bit. Also my history teacher a little bit actually. Oh my god, if anyone watches this from my high school, mind your business. Someone said you want to buy a house with land to have your own horse. I would love to. This is the dream one day. Like, I swear to god, that is the dream. I would love to own a horse one day. I can't wait to go back and have more riding lessons. Like, just, I love horses. Like, I love animals, all animals in general. I'm such an animal person. Which is why I'm always kind of like that about having kids, because part of me is just like, I would love to just have like a farm or like 101 animals. Do you know what I mean? Like, I just love animals so much. Yeah, I would love to have a house with land one day. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I will go online 24/7 and look at equestrian properties like they're not £800,000 or £1 million over. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'll still look and browse just for the fun of it. I would love to have that one day. Don't have the money to do that at the minute. Probably don't have the time to have a horse at the minute either. But yeah, that is definitely the goal one day. Someone said you've had sex with more than 10 people. I think it's actually 10. Or is it 9? I mean, does anyone have like 1 or 2 people that they just don't count? Because same. Someone says you're only removing your composite veneers because your viewers didn't like them. That's so funny. No, that's not the case at all. Like, I feel like I've done stuff in the past that you guys haven't liked, and if I like it, then I like it. Like, my lip fillers, whatever else. Like, if I like something and I feel good, like, I'll keep it no matter what anyone says. My composite veneers just feel too big, and I feel like they look too big, and it's the fact that they're whiter than my bottom teeth, and it just looks a bit mismatched and everything else. Like, it's nothing to do with the fact that you guys, a lot of you said that you didn't like them. A lot of you said that you did like them as well. I don't know. I mean, to be fair, they've grown on me. They've definitely grown on me. But yeah, I just think like I preferred my old teeth. I might just get composite bonding instead. I'm not entirely sure. I'm actually going to the dentist tomorrow. Someone said you spend your days just taking photos of yourself. I mean, that is part of my day sometimes, don't get me wrong, is taking Instagram content, but it's not what I spend like all my day doing. Someone said you only buy designer. That is not true. I mean, I buy all sorts of stuff. Like, yeah, I do buy designer stuff as well, but I buy from like Misguided, PLT, all sorts of brands. I don't just buy designer. Someone said you believe that crystals work. I would love to learn more about crystals. I don't know enough. I do like the idea of them, and I feel like I've spoken to people that really believe in them, and you know, from what they say, I feel like I would love to give crystals a go, like having crystals a go. But I wouldn't know where to start. I need someone to help me with that if anyone wants to. And with that being said, I actually just got to the top of the assumptions. So I tried to answer nearly like everything, or like every kind of topic that you guys asked about. This video has been an hour long. I've been speaking for an hour. Am I okay? I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I actually had so much fun filming this. I feel like we've not had a proper like chat like this in a while. I'm definitely going to film the show me a photo of video too. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. Leave me a comment down below telling me how you're doing. Just tell me anything. I don't know. I always love chatting to you guys in the comments. But yeah, I'm going to get going. I love you as always, and I will see you in the next one.